Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, Mr. A. You tuned in to the Double RT Boxing Show, the Ready Talk Boxing Show. We're going to do the breakdown and prediction segment 101. And the next following ones, my next couple segments are going to be heavy following since this is the Triple G weekend, I decided to actually do the up and coming middleweights. So if you like the middleweight division or if you like Triple G, and you're like, okay, what's happening? Because, Triple G's run probably ain't going to be for much too longer. The guy's, 36 years old? When I say his run's not too long, I'm not trying to say someone's going to whoop his ass. I'm just saying he's getting up there in age. So we're going to talk about just the middleweights as a whole. And this weekend is a very hot weekend for the WBA organization, considering you had Daniel Jacobs just fighting. I believe he's number 1. And then you got the champion fighting on the 5th. And then this one we're talking about today, or this segment, Gary O'Sullivan, he's number 6. So tomorrow on the 4th, you got Gary O'Sullivan fighting, who's number 6. You got Tommy Langford, who's number 7. And then you got David Pop, who's number. So I know 4, 5, and 6 are fighting. I believe it's what is it? Gary's number 6, David Pot's number 5, and Tammy Langford's number 7. So and then and like I said, then you had Danny Jacobs number 1. So it's a big little span for the WBA organization of middleweights. And then either tomorrow or the following day, I'm going to drop a video on the middleweight as a whole action, the other ranked fighters and some honorable mention type high class fights that's going to be happening in the middleweight division. So let's get into this one. Gary, like I said, Gary Sullivan is number 6 for the middleweight division in the WBA. Overall, his other rankings. Where's he at? I kind of write this stuff down for you guys. He's the only one who's really ranked across all the boards. He's number 6 by the WBA, 15 by the IBF, number 5 by the WBO, number 11 by the WBC. So this is a good fight for him to stay busy, stay active. Because the worst thing you want to do is be a high-ranked fighter or in the rankings, and when you get the opportunity, you just ain't ready. He had the opportunity to fight Triple G. He just didn't like the money involved. So, hey, it's a business. And people I got shitted on for making that Khan video. Khan got the welterweight division on his knees. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. People acting like I'm a fucking super Khan dick sucker over here. All I did was just state it's the business aspect of what every fighter says. Oh, it's a business. I need to get paid. Go watch the video and you'll see what I'm talking about. And then you can leave a comment down below if you agree. Does Khan have the welterweight division at his knees? Now let's get back to the WBA. Thank you for tuning in, the Double RT Boxing Show. I'm your host, Mr. A, the host of your boxing show, where we talk boxing in France, boxing in Ireland, boxing in Australia, boxing in Brazil, boxing in the USA, boxing overseas in the UK. Let's get back to it. Talking that boxing. Gary O'Sullivan is taking on Berlin Abreu. If the name sounds vaguely familiar, he's the guy who beat David Peralta. And David Peralta is the one taxi cab driver, literally taxi cab driver, who beat Robert DeGoza Guerrero. He beat him on PBC. So all of a sudden we had this nice Cinderella story. His next fight comes and he loses. So who his next fight was? against Berlin Abreu. So what does that tell you? Gary O'Sullivan, a 160 middleweight, is fighting a former 147. Yeah, that's, you can see where this fight's going then. So 14-1 Berlin is, 11 KOs. His one loss, he's been KO'd. 73 knockout ratio. Gary O'Sullivan's 27-2, 19 KOs. He's been knocked out once. Now, he's by a 66 knockout ratio. Like I said, even though Berlin has a higher one, that's at welterweight division. And I forgot where he's from, and probably he was fighting a lot of countrymen, whose competition wasn't highly, so going into what we can compare to these guys, Berlin, 49 rounds of experience at 5'8". He's 124 rounds of experience for Gary O'Sullivan at 5'10". So he's more experienced. He's the taller man, the naturally heavier man. So he got a natural middleweight taking on a 147 pounder. Kind of Triple G, Kell Brook, Bernard Hopkins, Felix Trinidad. So usually 147s don't have much luck against the 160s. And these guys are basically the same mirror fighting style. They're going to come forward. They're going to throw hands at each other. Like I said, Abreu might have the faster hands just because of the natural smaller guy. But he probably even throws better combinations. Like I said, leg-wise and speed, using the ring, I'm going to give all that to Abreu. I think he has better ring generalship. I think he has better hand combinations. Jab, I want to give to Sullivan. But just this fight, I'm going to pick Sullivan to knock this guy out. He should knock Berlin out. Like I said, they're both styles are the same. They come forward, they throw behind a jab, body work combinations. One is just Irish, and one's, I want to say Mexican. I'm not sure what Berlin is. But I'm just saying I'm going with Gary O'Sullivan. And this should be, if you're wondering like why the fuck is he fighting a middleweight, a welterweight guy, what a little punk, he's fighting a welterweight guy and he didn't step into for Triple G. I get it. Who cares about the money? Take the opportunity of a lifetime. I would have. The only reason he didn't take the money, unless he doesn't feel confident, he would have won the fight. Because if he's fighting on the 4th and Triple G's fighting on the 6th, obviously he was in shape. Take the small check and get the big check on your fucking next lifetime of fights. You're the guy who beat Triple G on short notice. Oh yeah, Gary Sullivan, you're gonna get paid. But obviously he didn't feel he could beat Triple G, so the money was his cop out. But what this is opportunity for him to get that next big. This is my opinion. He's gonna knock this little dude out. He's gonna look fantastic doing it, and Triple G is gonna need another opponent. But Triple G, I just stop right there because Triple G's got a lineup opponent. I think it's Sergey. He got to get IBF service. But it just HBO needs another middleweight, and Gary O'Sullivan's gonna knock this little dude out. This is the Double RT Boxing Show. We got middleweights to talk about. Thank you for tuning in. If you like middleweights, subscribe because this is where we're gonna be talking about for middleweights for our next couple of days. Thank you for your support.